And she's not rooting for this man.
Well, Jackie's pretty neutral, I'll tell you. She's quite a young woman, and she just figures if Mark bowls well enough, he'll deserve it. She doesn't root against anyone.
They're saying go Earl, and he leaves the 6.
A solid 6-pin.
Did he deserve more than that? It looked like a good hit.
Pulled it slightly, Dave, and the ball cut through. Now, oftentimes you'll have the 3-pin go to the sideboard. That's the 3rd pin on the right part of the screen, and go between the 6 and 10. That time, it just knocked out the 10 and didn't catch the 6.
Routine pickup. Earl Anthony, who is never called Earl the Pearl. It's just Earl.
The match, as we set it up, all even or almost even through 4 frames. The advantage actually slightly to Roth's favor, even though Anthony leads. Roth has a double working. Anthony leads by 1 pin, spare up in the 4th.
He's bowled only 3 games in the last 3 weeks before coming here. Earl Anthony knocks them all down. He has a strike in the 5th. Mark Roth working on a double. Now Roth trails by 1.
Can take the lead if he strikes on this ball.
And he did. Mark Roth with a triple. Hasn't won a tournament this year.
The outside trajectory of Roth. You see his wrist roll through that ball as he lifts it out on the lane. You don't throw a ball out on a bowling lane, you lift it out on the lane, and that comes from many years of timing and practice. An important shot for Roth because he struggled on the left-hand lane in the 2nd frame. He got a good break in the 4th. Let's see if he zeroed it in here in the 6th.
And he's there. Remember some years ago, Bo, one of the national magazines did a story, quote, proving, end quote, that the curveball in baseball was an optical illusion. I love Roth's optical illusion here in bowling.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that fellow was standing between the 1 and 3 pins right now, I think he'd be in trouble in front of Roth's ball. Anthony can cut the lead back down to 9 pins.
Needs a strike. Gets a strike. Earl Anthony with a double. We said it was classic, and it is.
You saw the powerful pin action of Roth, but here's Earl Anthony, smooth, methodical. He depends on solid pocket hits. Look at that ball, absolutely perfect. Laid all those pins right into the pit. You could have put up tree trunks and he'd have knocked them down when he hit them that perfect.
No, come on, Bo.
You can. I've seen this man do it.
Tree trunks?
4-pounders, let's say.
Oh, right.
To take the lead again.
Earl down rooting for himself, and he has a triple. You know, he has become more demonstrative in recent years, and a more, not that he ever was inaccessible, but he's developed, I think, more of a personality out here on the tour.
It's amazing what $1 million will do.
Mark Roth makes it 5 in a row.
This is what the folks paid to see.
Yeah.
Roth leading by 9. You know, in the first 10 weeks, the number 1 man has won twice. The number 2 man, where Earl started, has only won once. Roth, 300 games this week.
That ties a PBA record. Roth with 6 in a row. Up by 19 now.
What happened to these lanes in the last 20 minutes? We watched 2 matches where the players struggled through. Everybody was laboring, and now the
We've got different bowlers out there, Bo.
I agree. The 2 greatest players I've seen in the past 15 years, Earl Anthony, Mark Roth, battling it out for the title. I bet you they don't even know what the difference between 1st and 2nd place is, other than winning.
Anthony with 4 in a row. Cuts it to 9.
Although they look cool, that's what makes great champions. Their heartbeat rate has got to be above the 150 mark as we come down to the wire. The 9th and 10th frames, look at those strikes strung out. Anthony, trailing by 9, can take the lead. The pressure is on them. Their heartbeat is beating as fast as any other person's would be out there, but they know how to control it under the pressure.
Earl Anthony with 5 in a row. A strike in the 9th. Cuts the lead to 1. This is what they paid to see.
Projecting, Dave, if both players strike out, Roth could shoot 277, Anthony 268. Roth trails by 1.
Mark Roth with 7 consecutive strikes. Now back up by 9. Strike in the 9th.
The situation becomes this. Roth right now can strike out in the 10th and 11th frame and win the match. Shut out Earl with no chance. Roth a possible 277. If Roth doesn't strike on this ball or the next one, Earl Anthony can win.
And Anthony was over with Frank Esposito, our television coordinator, looking at the score sheet. Very thin. Oh my goodness.
The door wide open to 2-4-10. Anthony right now is not ahead. Roth converts, he's still ahead. Roth has to forget about everything. He has to go for this split. Roth still is leading the match if he can convert.
The odds on it, you see. Doesn't get it. Door wide open. Mark Roth finishes at 242.
All that Earl Anthony has to do is get a good solid count and make the spare. If he gets a 9 count, he is the winner. No, I'm sorry. Earl is going at a 248 pace. He must mark. A strike is a winner, or a good count, and a spare is a winner.
And he almost did the very same thing, and he gets the ball.
He almost gave it away. He threw the ball right in the nose at the 4, 7, and 10 standing. He got a tremendous break. Watch this. Earl Anthony tried to give it away right in the nose. Look at that. Ball came through 4, 7, 10. Look at this break. He is the winner. Possible 268, but what a break, David. Right in the old beak. You talk about your lucky shots or divine guidance or whatever you want to say. It came in Earl Anthony's favor. Both players struggled at 10. Earl got the break.
What we didn't see is when we were into the replay, Earl Anthony took the towel and threw it up in the air as if to say, thanks, whomever. What a spectacular finish. Earl Anthony, the winner for the 3rd time of the Long Island Open over Mark Roth. Will return for the final moments of this after this. Player of the decade, Earl Anthony. You want to see it all over again, or do you even believe it yet?
That's Dick. I'll tell you, Dave. That's the first break I've had on TV in 2 years. It feels great.
You didn't do badly for an older fellow who hasn't been practicing, you know.
It's nice to be back. It really is. It's nice to win. I finally broke even. I'm 32 and 32. 32 seconds, 32 first. So it's nice.
We're going to take another look at that because, Earl, you were right in the pocket all last night. Now here, let's see it. You describe it, Earl.
I set the ball short, Dave, and it broke early on me. It went through the nose, and I got a break. I was hoping I'd just get a mark. It's all I needed to win the match. And I saw that 10-pin kick out, and I was the happiest guy you ever saw. Figured I could make the spare, right? And then it rolls over, and they all go down. I couldn't believe it.
I noticed before you...
Look at this.
There it goes. Finally.
Better the second time, Dave.
Now, what's your reaction here? You're supposed to be a guy who doesn't react.
Don't split, whatever you do, just don't split.
You know, Earl, we talk about a lot of times when you need a mark to win, such as you did against Mark Roth there. What goes through your mind? I said he'd go right for the pocket. Was it just a mistake, or did you try to play safe?
And what I really tried to do, Bo, was Susie and I had been talking about this, and the mistakes I've made before on television were I'd try to be too careful. And I'd hit my target, but I'd be a little soft for the shot, and it'd break on the end, go through the nose, and I'd get the split in a key situation. So this time, Susie mentioned to me before I came on the bowl, she said, make sure you stay firm. And that's what I thought of when I got up on the lane.
Ratings up with these kind of remarks.
So that's really what I was saying. I was trying to make sure I got through the ball really strong, and what I did is instead of doing that, I did keep my speed up, but then I pulled it a little bit and set it short. So that got the same result as if I'd have been soft.